Have you ever heard of a town where winning the lottery is the worst thing that could possibly happen? Today, we re-dive in deep into one of the most chilling short stories ever written. Shirley Jackson asked the lottery. This isn't just a story. It's a powerful commentary on tradition, conformity, and the dark side of human nature that will stick with you long after it's over. The story begins on a beautiful, bright morning, June 27th. The sun is shining, flowers are in full bloom, and the grass is a vibrant green. It's the kind of perfect summer day where nothing bad could possibly happen. Around 10 o'clock, the villagers, about 300 of them, start gathering in the town square. For a village this small, the annual lottery is a quick affair, over in less than 2 hours, just in time for everyone to get home for lunch. The children arrive first, free from school for the summer. They're a bit quiet at first, but soon they're playing. You see Bobby Martin stuffing his pockets with stones, and other boys follow his lead, making a big pile of them in a corner of the square. The girls stand off to the side, chatting and watching the boys. Then the men gather, talking about farming and taxes, their jokes quiet and their smiles restrained. Finally, the women arrive in their faded house dresses, exchanging gossip as they join their husbands and call their reluctant children over. It all looks so normal, but there's a subtle tension in the air, a quiet nervousness that hints at something more. The lottery itself is run by Mr. Summers, a jovial man who runs the local coal business and handles all the town's civic activities. He arrives carrying a battered black wooden box. Mr. Graves, the postmaster, follows with a 3-legged stool, which he places in the center of the square. Mr. Summers sets the box on top. This black box is ancient. It's splintered and faded, showing the original wood beneath the peeling black paint. It's been used for the lottery even before Old Man Warner, the town's eldest resident, was born. The original lottery equipment was lost long ago, and even the tradition itself has changed. Mr. Summers convinced the town to switch from wood chips to slips of paper, which fit more easily into the box. The night before, he and Mr. Graves prepared these slips and locked the box away for safekeeping. As Mr. Summers stirs the papers inside the box, a hush falls over the crowd. Just then, Tessie Hutchinson rushes into the square, laughing that she almost forgot what day it was. She jokes with a neighbor, Mrs. Delacroix, about leaving her dishes in the sink, and a light ripple of laughter passes through the crowd. She finds her husband and children near the front, and Mr. Summers teases her. "Thought we were going to have to get on without you." Tessie, the friendly, neighborly atmosphere is almost disarming. It feels like any small-town gathering, a summer festival. Maybe, but the underlying unease is still there, just below the surface. Now, the ritual begins. Mr. Summers gets serious and pulls out a list. He asks if anyone is missing. Clyde Dunbar has a broken leg, so his wife, Janie, has to draw for him. Since their son is only 16, he's not old enough to do it. The Watson boy, who is now old enough, steps up to draw for himself and his mother. The crowd murmurs its approval, glad to see your mother's got a man to do it. It's clear that this is a patriarchal tradition. The man, the head of the household, is expected to participate. Old Man Warner is confirmed to be present, and with everyone accounted for, a deep silence falls again. Mr. Summers explains the rules. He will call the names of the heads of families. Each man will come up, take a folded slip of paper from the box, and hold it without looking until everyone is drawn. The drawing starts, proceeding alphabetically. Adams, Mr. Summers calls. A man comes forward, nervously grins at Mr. Summers, and takes a paper. He quickly returns to his family but stands a little apart from them, clutching the paper. The names continue. Mrs. Delacroix remarks to Mrs. Graves how quickly the lotteries seem to come around each year. Time just flies. As the names are called, the conversation starts between Mrs. Adams and Old Man Warner. She mentions that the North Village is considering giving up the lottery. Old Man Warner scoffs. "Culling tema pack of crazy fools." He's a staunch traditionalist. He believes that abandoning the lottery would lead to chaos, that people would stop working and society would fall apart. He even recites an old saying, "Lottery in June, corn be heavy soon." For him, this ritual is directly linked to their prosperity and survival. When Mrs. Adams points out that other places have already quit, he dismisses it as nothing but trouble. His fierce defense of the tradition, even as its original purpose has been mostly forgotten, is unset. Finally, the name Hutchinson is called. Bill Hutchinson walks up and draws his paper. His wife, Tessie, watches him with tight lips. The roll call continues until the last name, Zanini, is called. A long, breathless pause hangs over the square. Then Mr. Summers, holding his own blank slip in the air, says, "All right, fellows," in an instant. All the slips of paper are unfolded. A chorus of women's voices rises, asking, "Who is it? Who's got it?" Then a name ripples through the crowd. It's Hutchinson. It's Bill. Everyone turns to look at the Hutchinson family. Bill Hutchinson stands silently, staring at the paper in his hand. Suddenly, Tessie Hutchinson shatters the quiet. She screams at Mr. Summers. "You didn't give him time enough to take any paper he wanted. I saw you. It wasn't fair." Her friendly demeanor from earlier is gone, replaced by panic and outrage. Her neighbors try to calm her down. Mrs. Delacroix tells her to be a good sport, and Mrs. Graves reminds her that they all took the same chance. But Tessie is frantic. Even her own husband tells her to shut up. Mr. Summers, ignoring her protests, moves to the next stage. Since Bill Hutchinson drew the marked paper, there now has to be a second drawing, just for the Hutchinson family. Tessie desperately argues that her married daughter's family should have to draw it too, but Mr. Summers gently reminds her of the rule. Daughters draw with their husbands' families. It's just Bill, Tessie, and the 3 children. Bill Jr., Nancy, and little Dave. The final, horrifying selection is about to begin. Mr. Graves empties the box of all the papers and puts just 5 slips back in one for each member of the Hutchinson family. Tessie continues to protest, whispering, "I tell you it wasn't fair. Now, each member of the family must draw. Little Dave is so small he needs help." Mr. Graves helps the boy take a slip of paper from the box, and someone else holds it for him. The 2 older children, Nancy and Bill Jr., draw their papers and open them. They both beam with relief, holding up their blank slips for the crowd to see. Now only Bill and Tessie are left. Bill unfolds his paper. It's also blank. A hush falls over the crowd. Mr. Summers' voice is subdued as he says, "It's Tessie." He tells Bill to show everyone her paper. Bill forces a slip from his wife's hand. On it is a single black spot, a mark Mr. Summers had made the night before with a heavy pencil. And then the story reaches its horrific conclusion. "All right, folks," Mr. Summers says. "Let's finish quickly. The villagers may have forgotten the original rituals and lost the first black box, but they have not forgotten how to use stones. That pile of stones the boys made at the beginning of the day was not for a game. It was for this. The slips of paper are scattered on the ground as the villagers, including Tessie's own neighbors, begin to pick up stones. Mrs. Delacroix, the woman Tessie was joking with just an hour before, grabs a stone so large she needs both hands to lift it. Even the children are given pebbles, including Tessie's own son, little Dave. Tessie Hutchinson stands alone in a cleared space as the villagers close in. She holds her hands out, desperately pleading. It isn't fair. A stone hits her on the side of the head. Old Man Warner urges everyone on. Come on, everyone. Her final scream, "It isn't fair, it isn't right," is lost as the townspeople descend upon her. The lottery is a brutal, shocking story about the dangers of blindly following tradition without question. It shows how easily ordinary, seemingly good people can participate in horrific acts when they are part of a crowd, sanctioned by custom. The story forces us to ask ourselves, what traditions do we follow without thinking? And what might be the hidden cost? Thank you for joining me on this deep dive. If this story made you think, please hit that like button and subscribe for more literary analysis. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the lottery in the comments below.